Ape. Oh, son of a bitch. Holy snacky. Well, it's the day before another day. Trying to decompress here. Should have checked my lives because I know somebody else was supposed to be going live today, but I don't think they have. I was going to vent a little bit because I'm coming close to my time to leave here, but I'm going to be here in the rehab through the holidays. And hey, what's up, Christian Carpenter? Yeah, Merry Christmas. Probably won't be streaming tomorrow, so I might as well do those today. But I'm going to be staying here through the holidays and planning a somewhat early release. Not too early, but 5 days earlier than we had originally scheduled. For reasons. I have my reasons. But it's very logical. And I already had this approved by my care team and then called my doctor at Kaiser, left him a message because he's perpetually unavailable. And he called me back and left me a message saying, basically that he didn't approve of that. And I'm like, it's already fucking planned. Like, I'm not going to go back on my plan just because you think. So he wants me to stay for another 30 days. That's not happening. My family's cut me off from any financial support. I'm still $300 past due on my rent. My phone bill hasn't been paid. I need to get back out there. Plus, being here is kind of starting to drive me nuts. I originally had this logic that if you're still like perturbed by being here, then you probably need to be here. But now I'm realizing more and more that I've made the progress that I'm going to make here, and now I need to carry it out with me. And that was kind of when I made my plan, that was where I went with it. You're at the stage where you need to make a decision, be confident about your decision, and then follow through with your plan, right? There's the follow through aspect of that. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm going to leave, and then obviously can't go back to what I was doing because that leads me back to negative behavior, right? But if I follow through with this plan for progress and continue to set and achieve my goals, and then it works out in theory. Of course, I've never done this before. I'm supposed to listen to the people who've done this before and failed, which I have. Which brings me back to the next reason that this, is no longer working for me, is because I'm going to these groups, I'm trying to participate, and I find it's the same fucking people every day in and day out. There's no room for talk. I keep saying, well, you're in here, you're supposed to find your voice. I have a feeling at least half of these fucking people never lost their voice. Like that was probably part of their problem out there. They never just stopped flapping their jaw and fucking listen to people. It's the same people that are like, I could never find an AA meeting. I was like, well, if you just fucking ask somebody and actually listen instead of fucking continuing to fucking flap your jaw, then, maybe you would have been able to find a support group outside of here. Maybe that's why your fucking family, just dropped you off at a fucking rehab and said, good luck. So my story, and they say just stay away from the uniqueness, but my story is a bit different from a lot of these fucking people, right? I mean, not to say that I'm unique in the fact that I'm still a fucking, I have substance abuse problems, but, I've been fucking reaching out for months. I was the one who kept on the fence, and I know that, but I understood the nature of my problem. I didn't have any problem admitting that I had a problem. Like all these people, like, this is the first time I've ever said this out loud. Like, no, I've been saying this out loud for a long time. I'm fine with it. I'm comfortable with that. So for as long as, and it's the same stuff every day. You realize they're just not getting past this certain point in their growth or whatever, where they're still stuck on the same shit every day. I'm not stuck on that shit anymore. I'm moving, I'm stuck on other shit for sure, but nothing that is going to be resolved by me staying in these groups at this point. So that's where I'm at. A little bit of frustration there. And I know I'm butting heads with my drug and alcohol counselor. I'm butting heads with my AOD, but the program director and my therapist seem to agree with me. And they're the people who really get me. It's like these other people seem like they're there just to plant seeds of doubt in your head. And I can't let that penetrate, you know, my uh my little shield here. As long as I have this shield, because those seeds of doubt are the same thing that I'm going to have to battle against outside. So that's where I'm at with it. So yeah, got to make it through this holiday. Hey, Sandy, happy day before another day. I got to start taking the necessary steps because I'm going to follow through with this plan. And it's solid. So essentially, what I'm trying to do here is go to an outpatient program, a morning program, do my meetings at lunchtime, and go to work. That's going to be most of my week. And then actually making time to do these other things, like go into court, do those things I have to do, go into the studio, and do those things I have to do with my band. And make sure that I always have this set of goals that is more important than taking a drink or using today, right? I know what I want to accomplish, and I know that anytime I drink or use drugs, that I move further away from that goal. So I just have to stay focused on that goal. I'm pretty much doing all that stuff in here to some extent. Like getting back to doing activities I normally would have done with drugs or alcohol, but enjoying them without drugs or alcohol. And so now I just have to take that skill with me, and I'm okay with that. So right now we're just getting through the stress of the holiday season. Other people are definitely more stressed out about it than I am, so there's that. So I'm in a position where I can literally just avoid those people and take them on in small doses, which is what I'm doing right now, right? Because I need this soft landing moving out of here. And part of that is not absorbing shit that's going on here that I'm going to be essentially leaving behind. Certain people I would like to stay connected with. I need to do what I can to make sure that I maintain those connections. But they're still going to be here doing the same program. I'm going to be doing a program. It's going to be a very different type of program once I leave this facility. I've been the last couple of days been subtly sneaking off the property slightly. It's just a hillside, but there's gaps in the fence, and I've known that the whole time I've been here. I've just never tested the water. So now I sneak around these gaps in the fence, traverse the creek, sneak back in, little tiny whiff of freedom, But the walls, the gates, the fences, they're really illusions. You're free to walk out of here at any time, right? And I've been told as much. So I'm choosing to stay here until the day I'm prepared to go back out into the world and start living again. And this whole thing is the means to the end. Is not the be all end all. I have other things to achieve. I need to be able to take this skill and go and use it outside of here. And that's the next exercise. It's coming soon. Hey, Spooky. Good to see you. Purple's doing a Christmas marathon. I'll have to go check that out. I may have some time here. I've got to meet with my my AOD in a couple hours. I'm probably gonna skip the next group, which is what the fuck it is. The last one was just frustrating. So yeah, it's just a lot of the same. People asking the same questions and giving the same answers. It's so much redundancy, so much routine, which is something I have to tolerate to a certain extent, but it's also something that I have to know when to walk away from it. Like with anything else in my life, you know, you have to know when to walk away. And that's why I'm confident in this decision I'm making. I'm a couple days in on my antidepressants now. Feeling better. And yeah, I'm gonna have to let go of some of these attachments to this place. Oh, they're passing on the stream to the next streamer. I see. Yeah, Sandy. I mean, yes, I do have a support network of people to talk to when I get out, including y'all. But I've got other numbers I can call. And I do plan on going to meetings outside of here. I've got a full week of meetings every day. I'm going to do 90 meetings in 90 days. Now, they might not all be 12-step meetings, but I am going to do, like probably a few of those and then a few other ones so that I'm mixing up my program throughout the week. I'm working the Smart Recovery program. I've also got this Recovery Dharma, the Buddhist program, um, Life Ring as an alternative, which is basically just a process group, which is fine because that's all a good meeting really is. Like, unless you want to hear some other alcoholic story day in and day out, which I don't. Um, and I also found another program called Stoic Recovery, which I'm looking into. I don't know if they host meetings, but basically they have like an alternative to the big book, um, for your personal study and meditations and stuff like that. So I've got a lot of good alternatives. Oh, thank you, Spooky. Yes, putting the link in the Discord for the Christmas marathon. So check that out to everybody if you are in the Discord. It's like, can I link it now? Probably not. Oh yeah, it should be in like the about box on the channel though. Yeah, I finally got I finally got logged back into the Discord, so all the porn has been deleted. Never mind that. Never mind that. Yeah, see things like that. I just gotta get back to doing what I like to do and do it with a fresh perspective. And yeah, I'm ready to do that. I feel confident and ready to do that. So yeah, Sandy, that's been a difficult one for me because triggers are, it's like for me, what is it? Well, it's everything. I'm not used to functioning without. I have to learn to live life without substances because I've lived basically my whole life with some substance or another. And so it's relearning to live life in a way, but not letting go of the things that I love to do because they might trigger me. Because whether it's a good time or a bad time, I'm always using. So now I'm always not using. And that's the trick, right? That's the key, whether it's a good time or a bad time. So that's where I'm going to be at. Yeah, I just have to focus on those things that I need. So, like I was saying earlier, setting those little goals, rather than like, I'm just going to stay sober today. I'm going to stay sober until I can go to court for my kid, and then I'm going to stay sober until I can go to visit him. And each time that extends outward, it just keeps going and going. And I need to be sober for everything, because I can't drink and use drugs normally. It just doesn't work. So already accepted that. That's fine. Now I just have to go out and put it into practice because as long as I'm insulated, I have no idea what it's going to be like. And there's no reason for me to keep myself in a bubble at this point. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening. That's my little rant. And yeah, I'll probably be off again for a couple more days. I'm at 55 days today. So I'll probably do something little for my 60-day chip. And then I'll be out soon after. So Be well, be kind, stay trusty.